game today. They have a very impressive record of 10-1, 5-0 in conference play. Once again, 9 of those are wins.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov. Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Great merchandise on RattlerGear.com.
Fifth pizza. Rattlers, number 3, this is the artist return. Fourth team foul. Rattler basketball.
Pass by Desi Elias to Galindo, and that's her first field goal of the game.
Good pass there by Elias, again being a playmaker. That's her importance. And I don't think she's taken a breather this whole game, or has she? Not sure if she has, but nonetheless, it's why it's so important to have her on the floor. And that's one of those players you hope doesn't pick up her second foul. She has one right now, really creating, and Galindo, the beneficiary, gets a good, easy basket down low.
And right there, Desi Elias picking up her second personal foul.
Just as I mentioned it, right on cue, I believe. I think I jinxed it. So Loydrick at the line. And also that easy shot by Galindo also makes Coach Martin's position a good one. Galindo does have the height over almost everybody on the court. Easy find there for Elias, finds Galindo. And now Elias will head to the bench as Kyra Littlejohn checks back in.
And Elias obviously frustrated, picking up her second foul as Kyra Littlejohn enters the game. As Lloyd Drake hits the second free throw, and the lead is now back to 1.
The Rattlers do a good job breaking the press. They had Galindo open, decided just kind of maybe try to run some clock and try to play it a little bit safe here.
Littlejohn on the right side, dribbles left, gets it to Woods. Galindo posting up, gets it inside, kicks it out to Littlejohn. Back down to Pullins, and the Rattlers maintain possession right there.
Good idea there by Littlejohn. Looked like Pullins had a defender sealed. Better job by her defender getting in front of the play and poking it out of bounds. Immediate timeout upcoming.
And with that, 7:42 remaining. St. Mary's clinging on to a 1-point lead here in the first half. We'll take it to break. Stay with us for more basketball action. Welcome back here to the Bill Greehey Arena. I'm Brian Magliuan, joined by David Tovar. St. Mary's leading St. Edward's 19-18. As Danielle Vargas gets the three to go at the end of the shot clock, and she makes her presence felt, seeing action for the first time here this afternoon.
Yeah, what a way to make a splash as she splashes a three and gives the Rattlers a 4-point lead. Rattlers here going super small. They got 3 guards, 2 point guards essentially on the floor, with Pullins the lone big.
And here's a three shot up, no good, and Pullins unable to pull that one in, and great use of the backboard by Wheeler as she floats it on the left side and splashes one off the backboard.
See, that's a little bit of the danger. When you go small, you leave yourself susceptible to offensive rebounds, kind of like when you play a zone. Nonetheless, Rattlers trying to get some offensive punch, and they do it again.
Jackie Woods, 4-3. That's her second one of the afternoon, and Jackie Woods has been on point so far. She leads all scorers with 8.
Back-to-back threes can really open up that defense and can really make playing a small lineup favorable, at least on the offensive side. Let's see what the Rattlers do here defensively.
Wheeler launches one, unable to hit, and fight for the ball. Who comes up with it? And Jackie Woods able to get away from the Hilltoppers.
Good job there by Woods. You have to scrap for every rebound when you're playing a small lineup here. Littlejohn trying to make the move, and she is bumped.
That dribble penetration has been key for the Rattler offense this entire season, creating open shots, whether it be in the paint or from beyond the three-point arc.
And you have some good shooters on this team. Woods, of course, who can drain it from three. Littlejohn, Elias, Kiowa, and Vargas, who's a three-point specialist.
Vargas working the left side. Great backdoor pass to Littlejohn. And an offensive foul is called on Littlejohn. Rosculp right there to draw the charge. And that's Littlejohn's second foul.
Rattlers already have Elias on the bench with 2 fouls. Littlejohn picked up her second there, but very impressed with Vargas. Good job, good passing. And that'll earn her some more minutes going forward here, especially with the foul trouble to Elias and now Littlejohn.
And that three way off the mark as the Rattlers regain possession. And as you mentioned, Vargas providing a spark right off the bench, hitting that three at the end of the shot clock, and she has kept up the defensive intensity for the Rattlers on the defensive end.
Indeed, and that nifty little pass earlier. Again, another three. A little heat check there from Woods, no good. And now the Rattlers got to get back on D.
On that play, Woods was a little off balance. As you said, a heat check, and that one way off. And Littlejohn, according to the referees, was unable to save it. And Coach Martins disagrees with the call.
Now here from our vantage point, we're high atop Belgree Arena. That looked like it was a good save there from Littlejohn, and whole Rattler bench was up in arms. A little bit of some of the cheerleaders maybe, but of course the referee having an infinitely better view than we did. He probably just got it wrong again. 25-20 the score here. A little bit of a breakdown here on defense by the Rattlers.
But they're able to recover, and right there, great job by Leah Kiowa altering the shot of Rosculp right there. Vargas almost turns it over, and a foul is called on Lloyd Drake as she got caught reaching in the cookie jar, if you will.
Vargas has to be a little bit more confident in her decision making. She's out in the break, and then she sees a crowd come around her. Can't really panic too much, just kind of guard your dribble and wait for your teammates to get up. Shovels that over to Woods, almost had that deflected and intercepted. Nonetheless, Rattlers catch a good break here. 30-second timeout. Brian, a little reminder to you and yours and our Rattler Nation. Check out Facebook.com/St. Mary's Rattlers. We're also on Twitter and Instagram at St. Mary's Rattlers, both of them. We're on YouTube. You can watch this game plus many other archived Rattler Network events. YouTube.com/St. Mary's Rattlers. And
one of those games you could check out, that classic game where Marvin Witt hit that game winner. And
that was during the Thanksgiving Classic.
And you coined the phrase Marvin Magic.
Yes, indeed. And he'll be in action 7:30 p.m. as the men take on the Hilltoppers right here on Rattler Network. That will also be archived as well. And for more, check out RattlerAthletics.com. Both the Battle of the Saints participants back on the floor.
Just under 5 minutes to play here in the first half. Vargas drives right. Great dish to Pullins, who made a great backdoor cut, and Vargas was able to find her for the easy two.
Vargas has been sensational passing the ball here in the last 3-4 minutes. She's been on the floor. Some nifty passing. Really a new side of Vargas we're seeing.
And Lloyd Drake, her foot just on the line. That's a two-pointer. But as you mentioned, Vargas, as we mentioned earlier, creating a spark off the bench as the reach-in foul is called on Lloyd Drake, and that is her second personal foul of this game, and that'll put the Rattlers in the 1-1.
Oh, as a player, you hate to pick up that foul. You're not really trying to reach or just trying to make maybe the illusion that you are, and you get tagged with a foul. It's her second, as you mentioned. An important stretch right here as we're closing out the first half, and the Hilltoppers are still in it, down 5 as Woods missed that free throw. Littlejohn almost gets the interception.
Great ball movement. Lloyd Drake gets a shot from the corner, and she hits. Now that's 2 in a row for Lloyd Drake.
And from long range, almost having her foot outside of the three-point arc. 2 shots, 2 feet on the line in each shot, and so long 2-pointers, but a 4-run by Lloyd Drake herself.
Oh, great shovel pass by Kiowa to Pullins, and Pullins has definitely been the beneficiary of some great passes, and credit to her as well, finding the open spot on the court.
Indeed, you got to give her a lot of credit. Her footwork has been terrific here in the last couple possessions. She's gotten to the right spots and has gotten some easy shots for herself.
Lloyd Drake. Oh, that was a bit of a heat check right there.
She was feeling it.
Shot it from the left elbow. The Hilltoppers reset. Pass to the high post. Roscoe, hard dribble to the left. Foul is called on the floor, and that will be on Morgan Pullins. That is her second personal foul.
I believe every Rattler big has 2 fouls.
And that may be a point of concern for the Rattlers as this game progresses. 3:22 remaining here, a timeout on the floor. We'll be right back. Stay tuned for more Rattler basketball on the Rattler Network.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all living united to ensure the academic success of millions of kids in our communities all the way to graduation day. But that won't happen without you. So take the pledge at unitedway.org. Make a difference in the life of a child. Suit up like your favorite NFL players and become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor with United Way.
And we're back at the line. Shooting 2 for St. Edwards is Erica Roscoe. She misses the first of 2. The Rattlers lead 29-24. Brian Magliuan here with David Tovar. 3:22 left here in the first half. Both teams not giving an inch thus far early on.
Well, yeah, Brian, it's a rivalry game, and a battle of the Saints and that, and that one was poked away. Battle of some heavyweights as well, as we mentioned at the outset of this broadcast. Rattlers 11-2, Hilltoppers 10-1, evenly matched Heartland Conference powers. This is not only the Battle of the Saints 2014 edition, this is for Heartland Conference supremacy early on.
Woods unable to get that one to go. Galindo unable to get a shot off. And it ties back to basic fundamentals. Once you get that rebound, you want to keep it up high. That time, Galindo brought it down, and the defender was able to strip it away.
Galindo back in for Pullins, as she has picked up 2. Etheridge picked up 2, and Bria Bell has 2 fouls as well. So all the Rattler bigs, including Galindo. Oh, she has 2, and there was a whistle there as her offensive player made a move. It could have been a foul. Lucky break for the Rattlers.
I believe it was
travel.
A travel, yes, you're correct. The Rattlers now trying to break the St. Edwards press, and this press has definitely prevented the Rattlers from pulling away from this game. As Jackie Wood sets it up on the left side of the court, Galindo wide open under the basket, unable to finish, but follows her own shot, able to get the rebound, and Jackie Woods resets it at the top of the key. Woods makes a move, kicks it out. Kiowa unable to hit, and it is rebounded by Deckers. Deckers pushing it up court, passes it off to White, and right there, great finish as St. Edwards cuts the lead to 2 now. Vargas, dangerous pass picked off by Lloyd Drake, and Lloyd Drake pulls up, short jump shot, unable to hit, hits it off the back iron. And now Littlejohn decides to take it up herself. That's an efficient way to break the press, if you will.
Indeed. Had a little bit of the numbers game there. Instead, retreats. We're almost at 90 seconds remaining here in this first half. Littlejohn driving,
Unable
Good defense there.
Unable to draw the foul right there, and now Deckers brings it up court. She's at the top of key. Great feed to the post. Unable to finish is Brisbane, and Kiowa grabs the board.
Great rebounding here in these last couple possessions by Kiowa. Really doing a good job of securing the basketball and securing possessions for St. Mary's. If you're the Rattlers, you want to slow the tempo down again because the Hilltoppers have really sped this thing up, and it has really began to cause some trouble for St. Mary's.
As Jackie Woods, beautiful move in the post, spinning her way for the layup, and Deckers was unable to draw the charge. A little bit of a flop, the referee letting them play, and Jackie Woods did a great job of finishing that off.
And play they have. They've really sped up the tempo here in the last minute and a half, 2 minutes here. The Rattlers a little sloppy, not holding onto the ball and making some bad passes, some bad decisions offensively because of the press, because they've been rushed up court, and they've kind of taken some bad shots and made some bad passes. As I mentioned, they got to slow the tempo down. They got to bring it back down, and they've been playing. They've had a lead as high as 7. They've had it consistently at about 5-4. Right now they lead it by 4, so some good defense here in these final possessions of the half. They should be in good hands going into the break.
And here's Deckers now bringing the ball up the court. Swings it over to Wheeler on the right side, gets it back, feeds to the high post, and great crisp ball movement by St. Edwards. Looking for that good shot as Lloyd Drake launches, unable to hit, but great rebound by Wheeler, puts it up herself and gets it to go.
That's the danger at playing zone. Gonna give up some offensive rebounds.
And those fouls to the St. Mary's bigs, definitely a factor. Wheeler able to slice her way in for the easy bucket. As speaking of easy buckets, Galindo right there. And that was probably the first time the Rattlers effectively broke the St. Edwards trap. 7 seconds left on the clock. Shot is launched from the corner. No. Kiowa with the rebound. 1 second left, and Woods takes a full court shot but doesn't pull the trigger. At the end of the first, it is St. Mary's 33, St. Edwards 29. David, what's Tovar's take on the first half?
Good defense. Got to continue to play good defense if you're the Rattlers. You go into break up 4. You like where you stand.
All right. With that, we leave you for our halftime break. St. Mary's leads 33-29 over the Hilltoppers. Stay tuned for more Rattler basketball on the Rattler Network.
Get your ass. You're not sitting here. Yes, I am. Move. Give it to him hard. No.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Why you stabbing me with it? No.
They want to help,
Ow.
but don't know how.
Oh,
Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back, Rattler fans, to the Bill Greehey Arena here on the campus of St. Mary's University. Brian Magliuan, joined by David Tovar. We are currently at the half, 33-29, St. Mary's leading St. Edwards. David, what's your take on the first half and what could happen in the second half?
Well, just some quick takes here as we lead into the second half. Rattlers, as you mentioned, lead it by 4. Battle of the Saints. It's always a great matchup, a rivalry game. You're always going to have a close one, but this one especially, it's built for a great finish, and that's what I expect in the second half. Both these teams are just winning big time here to midway through their season, I would suppose. Rattlers are 11-2. Hilltoppers are 10-1. I mentioned earlier, Hilltoppers really haven't faced that visitor pressure. They're 1-1 on the road on the year. That means they've only played two games on the road this year. This is their third one, so we're going to find out what they're really about. They're 9-0 at home, a very good home team. Like the Rattlers, they're 7-0 at home. Rattlers, however, their 2 losses coming on the road. They're 4-2. And we'll see what that means going forward. In the first half, Rattlers did a great job defending. They got into some foul trouble. Let's hope they can avoid that. For the Hilltoppers, they got to continue to exploit the post. Rattlers a little weak defending there. They've got to continue to go inside and get their points there. Should be a good second half.
And as you mentioned, the Rattlers defense forcing turnovers. The Rattlers on the season forcing their opponents to about 22 turnovers per game. And St. Edwards, on average, during the season, 17 turnovers per game, and the Rattlers definitely applying that defensive pressure as they will receive the ball here to start the second half.
And it looks like Coach Martin's going to start Galindo here in the second half, maybe save up some of his fouls as we move forward. Galindo had a nice little first half for herself.
She was very productive and definitely gave some good minutes early on as she goes up to set a pick for Woods.
Yeah, 4 points for her in the second half. Let's see if she can continue to roll here in the second.
And great move right there by Etheridge. Hard dribble to the left, able to hit that baby floater in the middle of the paint. And that increases the Rattler lead to 6. Etheridge hit the deck as the free throw line jumper is good by Roscoe. Elias bringing the ball up now. Early on here in the second half, Woods on the left side of the floor was looking for Galindo off the roll, and a travel is called on Etheridge. I believe that's a second travel she's called for this afternoon.
And quickly, Coach Barton's going to Bria Bell. Galindo will take a seat here. And you're right, Brian, you don't want to do this too early. You don't want to start with the turnovers. You don't want to start with the self-inflicted wounds here, especially when you're up by 4 against a very good team.
And what I've noticed early on, St. Edwards not going to the press just yet as Lloyd Drake drives down the middle over Elias and hits the floater. And just like that, St. Mary's lead now cut to 2 as Elias brings the ball up court.
Yeah, the point guard for the Hilltoppers, Lloyd Drake, has been terrific. 11 points for her, 9 in the first half. Gets her first bucket here. Elias trying to answer back. Bell, and she is fouled on that play. She'll go to the line, but Rattlers need to do a better job on Lloyd Drake. She has really got it going. First player in double digits for the Hilltoppers.
Bria Bell at the line, shooting 2 free throws. She hits the first. Bell had an outstanding game against, I believe, hold on, let me check my records here. She had a great game against UT Permian Basin, came off the bench and led the team in scoring and rebounding, had 18 points on 8 of 10 shooting and had 8 rebounds, so was very productive in that game against UTPB.
Yeah, that's a great stat line there for Bell. And Bell, one of those players you love to have on the bench, very crafty and can really do it all. She's a senior, one of the senior captains on this team, and as I mentioned, the craft she brings offense and defensively there she did a good job defending.
And a block is called on Lloyd Drake, and I believe that is her 3rd personal foul. And that's the 2nd team foul for the Hilltoppers. Elias bringing the ball up court. She passes it off to Keough, who drives right, and she isn't stopped as she draws the foul and one. Great move by Leah Keough to finish that play off.
And Keough will find herself at the line. Keough, Brian, one of those dynamic players that when she gets rolling, she gets hot, it's really hard to contain her. She did a great job there, able to find the side of the basket, kind of takes a shot at a weird angle, able to draw the contact, and finds herself here with a chance to cap off the three-point play. Let's find out. And she does. Rattlers once again, the largest lead of the game at 7. Brian, if you're St. Mary's, you want to keep that intensity up. They're doing a good job defensively, and they may have St. Edwards right where they want them. Of course, it's still very early here in the second half, but you've got them reeling just a little bit. You got to continue to go at these, to continue to go defensively.
Riley drives off, gives it off to Lloyd-Drake, who launches from the right elbow, unable to hit. Deckers passes to Lloyd-Drake, who drives in once again, and she hits, and the foul. Kiara Etheridge called on the block right there. It was a bang-bang play right there, and David, honestly, I feel like one of the toughest calls to call in all of sports is whether or not a foul is an offensive foul, a charging foul, or a blocking foul.
Indeed, and even when you see plays like that on instant replay, they still look bang-bang. I mean, you can just imagine the pressure on the Zebras to make the right call, and right there, great move there by Lloyd-Drake, really showing off her versatility. Able to shoot. We've seen her hit some nice jump shots. We've seen her hit some long jump shots, and right there, she's able to get into the lane, draw the contact, and finish through said contact.
Woods driving in on Lloyd-Drake, unable to hit, and a fight for the ball, and great hustle right there by Lloyd-Drake.
Again, the versatility, doing it on the defensive end too, guarding the All-American Jackie Woods, and then able to corral that defense there and get a possession for the Hilltoppers.
Just over 2 minutes have passed here in the second half. St. Mary's leads 40-35. Deckers has it on the left side of the floor, guarded by Woods. Pass into the high post. Great post work right there by Roscoe. Erica Roscoe having a great game, as she has 7 points to her name here early on in the second half.
And the Hilltoppers here have gone on a 6-0 run. They've cut the deficit to 3. Now Woods trying to answer. Good ball movement here by the Rattlers.
Elias launches short on that one. Bria Bell unable to corral the rebound, and here come the Hilltoppers. Deckers brings it up floor. Shot is launched, unable to hit. Shot was missed by Riley, and now here come the Rattlers. Woods on the break as she picks up her dribble, and the Rattlers now will reset. Elias on the right side gets a pick from Bell. Elias floater on the right side and in. And that was probably the easiest shot any team has had this entire game.
Yeah, indeed. With the exception of good dishes leading to the easy shots, that was a well-created shot by Elias, able to get all the way to the rim. And a jumper there. Now
great
Woods.
Bounce pass right there to Woods from Elias. And that's 12 for Jackie Woods off the assist from Desi Elias. Deckers.
Yeah, and a special shout out as we continue here in this game. San Antonio Lee High School out here checking out some St. Mary's Rattler basketball. Checking out the Lady Rattlers here as that shot is good by St. Edwards. They've cut the lead to 5. Lee, a very good season so far for those ladies, covering them with the Express News. Very excited that they were able to make it out here.
And Elias unable to hit from 3. As Deckers brings it up floor, and Elias nearly steals that one. Lloyd-Drake able to recover though. Driving to her left, dishes it off to Riley. Riley now at the top of the key. Woods was denying Deckers right there. Deckers thought about a 3, decides to launch now, and
a little bit of miscommunication early on there is Pullins who comes up with the rebound.
Woods going to her left, hands it off to Bell for the easy jump shot, unable to hit. As St. Edwards now pushing up court. Oh, and Deckers decided
not happy with that call.
Deckers decided to go 1-on-3 against 3 Rattler defenders and was able to draw the foul, and much to the disdain of Leah Kiowa.
It's only her first foul of the game, but Kiowa felt she made a good defensive play. Referee going to mark it a foul, and that will lead to our first media timeout of the half.
14:40 left here in the second half. St. Mary's leads St. Edwards 44-39. Stay with us for more basketball action on the Rattler Network.
Yes, I am. Give it to him hard. No.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Why you stabbing me with it? No.
They want to help,
Ow.
but don't know how.
Oh, you got
Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
Welcome back to this game as Deckers misses the first free throw. St. Mary's leading St. Edwards 44-39. Brian Maglio on here with David Tovar. Deckers hits the second free throw, and St. Mary's definitely, actually not just St. Mary's, both teams, as St. Mary's able to break the press as Bria Bell gets the easy lay-in.
I wouldn't call it easy. That's a lot of contact there. St. Edwards very lucky. They didn't get called for a foul there, but a lot of credit, kudos to Bria Bell finishing off there.
But as I was mentioning earlier, both teams coming out guns a-blazing here as the foul is called on the floor. And the foul is called on Desi Elias. That is her third personal foul as Kyra Littlejohn comes into the game for Elias.
Elias there with a little bit of a bandage on her right forearm. Maybe got nicked, a little scratch there with all this contact going on. Ooh, easy three there, no good.
Riley unable to hit as Kiowa was behind the defense, but St. Mary's deciding to bring the ball up as Littlejohn passes it off to the right side to Kiowa.
Yeah, if you're St. Mary's, you definitely want to slow it down here. You have the advantage and you have the momentum, plus you're at home, so you want to run down the clock, and you have the personnel right now not in foul trouble, Bell and Pullins. Good move by Bell.
Unable to finish, however. Tries to stay after it, and an errant pass right there by Brisbane, unable to connect with Lloyd Drake. St. Mary's able to retain possession.
Good job there by St. Mary's, forcing that tough outlet. And St. Edwards, once again, haven't played on the road so much this season, getting a little bit antsy. I don't believe that same pass is made at home, but right here they're feeling the pressure.
Jackie Woods off the mark on that three-pointer. And now the Hilltoppers pushing the tempo as Deckers brings it up. She is met by Littlejohn, dishes it off to Riley. Pass to the high post. Great move right there, unable to finish as Pullins gets it to Littlejohn, and the Rattlers out on the open floor, and an offensive foul is called on Jackie Woods.
That one wasn't so bang-bang. That's a good call there by the official. Jackie Woods grabs possession and kind of, I don't want to say lowers the shoulder, but kind of brings it out. Good job by the defender there, able to take that charge. Takes one. That's truly taking on for the team there, and trying to stop the momentum there for St. Mary's.
And that was Deckers with the defensive play. She did a great job of setting her feet and drawing the foul. Deckers brings it up against Littlejohn. Passes it to the right to Riley. Pullins almost got the steal right there. But St. Edward's able to recover. And a foul is called on the floor. And it is an offensive foul on St. Edward's. I believe the foul is called on White. That is her second personal foul. As St. Mary's gets the ball following this timeout. And with this timeout on the floor, it gives us time to talk about what have we seen so far in this second half. Not much has really changed in my opinion. Both teams still slugging it out.
I agree. Not much changing. Rattler defense has still played well, and their offense has really gotten going now that their bigs are back. It's allowed their guards and the perimeter players to really get going again. For St. Edward's, however, I don't want to say they're starting to unravel, but they're starting to play a little bit more tight. They're not as loose as they were, making some bad passes. We saw an uncharacteristic pass there for the team that's 10-1. You don't see that a lot, so it's really, to me, I think that home court, or I should say not being on their home court, kind of getting to them a little bit. But Brian, before we continue with this game, this timeout gives you a good opportunity to open up a new tab on your browser. Check out facebook.com/St. Mary's Rattlers. We're also on Twitter and Instagram at St. Mary's Rattlers. A lot of cool things coming in 2014. We're on YouTube, youtube.com/St. Mary's Rattlers. And, of course, for all the latest StMU scores, stats, schedules, information, RattlerAthletics.com. And also being brought to you by Rattler Athletics is RattlerGear.com, where Brian will buy me, and even Kayleen will get me my belated Christmas gifts. Both of them look at me like, really? Maybe in 2020. I don't know. Maybe. One of these days you guys will get me that or something. But nonetheless, 6-point lead for the Rattlers.
12:38 remaining here in the second half. Kyra Littlejohn swung it to Leah Kiowa, now gets it back. She's at the top of the key, swings it to Jackie Woods. Littlejohn gets it back. Her and Woods playing a little pitch and catch right now as the Rattlers looking for a good shot opportunity here. Woods, open corner three, off the mark, and it is rebounded by Wheeler. That was a bit of a wild pass, and Wheeler an even more wilder shot right there. The Hilltoppers still have 15 on the shot clock.
Again, Hilltoppers here have to get a little bit of control of the reins here. Kind of playing a little way too loose, way too tight at the same time, and that jumper is good.
Brisbane with the free throw line jumper.
And all the while, Brian, Hilltoppers only down 4.
Littlejohn looking in the post, gets it to Pullins. Great post position, unable to finish. Second chance, and she gets the roll as she hits the deck.
What a shot there, Mo Pullins able to stay with it, and a tough layup. You know, we've seen Mo Pullins kind of struggle with some shots down low. That was a degree of difficulty of about 20 on a 1 to 10 scale, and she's able to put it down. Good job by Pullins there.
Decker's guarded by Woods. Swings it over. Great ball movement right there, and Wheeler able to hit the corner three. And St. Edward's just will not go away.
Indeed, they're showing the resilience of a team that's 10-1 in a Heartland Conference power. I remember, Brian, at the outset of this game, we talked about this is a game for Heartland Conference supremacy on top of just being a rivalry game as Littlejohn gets a nice floater to go.
And right there, Littlejohn able to do something that you don't want a zone defense to allow, and that was easy penetration down the middle as Decker's an off-balance shot, no good. Ball bounces to Jackie Woods, and this is where she is most dangerous in the open floor. Unable to hit, however, and now the Hilltoppers have an advantage right now as Decker launches a three, and she hits.
And Coach Martin's employing his team. Got to get out and cover the shooters. That's 2 straight three-pointers knocked down by the Hilltoppers. And right now the Rattlers have to really get down, buckle down on defense, and get back to what built them a 7- and 8-point lead, which was huge here for two talented teams.
Kiowa launches off the mark, rebounded by Riley, and now St. Edward's has the chance to tie it with a 2 or take the lead with a 3. David? do you sense a bit of a momentum change here?
Just a little bit. I was about to mention this defensive possession is going to be huge for St. Mary's, and that's not what you wanted out of this defensive possession. You reach in on a jump shooter, and that will be 2 free throws upcoming for Wheeler and the Hilltoppers.
Wheeler leads the Hilltoppers with 15.9 points per game, so she definitely has her fingerprints all over this game. There's a timeout on the floor. 9:42 remaining. St. Mary's clinging to a 2-point lead. We'll be right back after these messages. Stay tuned for more basketball on the Rattler Network.
Oh, those boys are much too much. Those boys are much too much. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We're going to beat them and bust them.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Let's get a little bit rowdy. R-O-W-D-Y.
Take time to be a dad today. Call or visit fatherhood.gov to learn more.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 9:40 left here in the second half, and just like that, St. Edwards ties the game at 50 apiece with that jump shot by Wheeler. Desi Elias bringing the ball back up court.
Wheeler has got it going on here in the second half. 14 for her, and Pullins.
Great move to the left as Morgan Pullins able to finish and give St. Mary's the 2-point lead right back.
Momentum here, taking a bit of a swing toward the Hilltoppers. Rattlers have to do everything to kind of try and contain them once again. Their strategy was working. They can't deviate from it.
Ball is at the top of the key, swung around to Deckers, who's guarded by Elias. Swing over to Wheeler, who shoots that elbow jumper, unable to hit as Pullins pulls in a rebound and gets it to Elias. Desi, a little hesitation, swings it over to Etheridge. Cross-court pass to Kiowa. Drives to the basket. Great finish by Leah Kiowa, off balance, and was able to finish off the glass.
Degree of difficulty, 15 on a scale of 1 to 10. What a move. Kind of goes one way, flips it up with one hand. Offensive board there by the Hilltoppers. Rattlers have to secure that, but great play by Kiowa on the other side.
Deckers being pestered by Elias, and Elias able to poke it away, and she gets behind the defense for the easy two, and the Rattlers able to extend their lead to 6 just like that. That right there was a definition of how the Rattlers was able to establish their lead in the first place.
Yeah.
Great defense.
Started with great defense by Elias, and then she gets the fast break on the other side. Runaway layup. Rattlers on a 6-0 run of their own. They're doing a good job here. Again, can't deviate from the strategy. Great defense has led to good offense. Timeout being called here.
St. Edwards calls the timeout because just like that, St. Mary's seemed to regain their composure and regain the momentum of this game. And it seemed like as soon as St. Edwards tied the game up on that set play off the media timeout, St. Mary's responds back with a 6-0 run of their own.
Yeah, see, the thing being is that this timeout not coming at the right time for the Hilltoppers. Last timeout that was taken, Rattlers exploded. So you can maybe decipher that the same thing could happen. The only bright side of your Hilltopper fan is maybe the inverse effect occurs. And that's the Hilltoppers get off on a run here after this timeout. If you're the Rattlers, you have that in mind. You don't want to allow that to happen, especially when you've gone on a 6-0 run after this game was tight at, as you mentioned, 50 apiece. Rattlers here now with a 6-point lead. It's important for them to continue to not deviate from the strategy and play good defense.
And I believe this timeout was just for the Hilltoppers to settle down, because as soon as St. Mary's hit them with that 6-0 run, St. Edwards seemed to be a little out of sorts. They weren't running their offense well, and they were rushing things, and right there they almost had a turnover off an errant pass. Fortunately, they were able to get the timeout and reset with 10 on the shot clock. So we'll have to see how the rest of the game progresses as both teams trying to get something going to pull out this victory.
And really the play that encompasses this game, especially for St. Mary's, if you're a St. Mary's fan watching us here on the Rattler Network, is Elias poking that ball out, Keogh able to come up with the loose ball, and then launching it behind the safeties to an open receiver, which is Elias for the layup. Now the Rattlers, again, have to continue to play some good defense, and there it is, interception. Good steal there by Pullins.
Great anticipation right there as Woods decides to bring it out and reset.
Mo Pullins, and 16 points for her. It picks up that foul, but able to draw the foul, but Pullins so versatile and so vital, able to play those passing lanes. She's so long, so tall, especially out there on the floor with St. Mary's. Playing the passing lanes, that was just a beauty of a steal.
Jackie Woods has it at the top of the key, swings it to the left to Littlejohn. Now the ball is to Elias on the right. Great hesitation move, finds Pullins, who hits the deck and is called for a travel.
Well, I'm glad it wasn't more than a travel. I don't know if she came up and then landed.
It looked like a nasty fall,
yeah,
but fortunately Mo Pullins is all right and
try to shake it off a little bit, but that's why I mentioned I'm glad it wasn't anything more than just a traveling call. Maybe she was bumped on her way down. Couldn't see from this vantage point. Nonetheless, Rattlers hold on to a 6-point lead here, approaching 7 minutes in regulation.
Wheeler swings it to Lloyd Drake. Lloyd Drake stumbling into the lane and somehow draws the foul. It was a reckless play and a dangerous one at that, but she was fortunate enough to get the benefit of the call, and that will be the third foul on Morgan Pullins as Lloyd Drake heads to the line 4-2.
Lloyd Drake has been very good for the Hilltoppers. 13 points for her on the evening. Her first free throw just off the front iron, no good. And Lloyd Drake, we've seen her score in a lot of different ways. Some good jump shots from the elbow, some long twos with her foot or her feet on the arc, and then that play, I think, over Etheridge, she just was able to weave into the lane and got a tough one to go as she gets that free throw to go. 5-point lead now for St. Mary's.
56-51, 6:54 remaining here in the second half. Desi Elias swings it to Jackie Woods. Now over to Littlejohn, back to Elias. Rattlers looking for something in the post, unable to get it. Elias to Woods. Woods a three, hits it, and the Rattlers now extend their lead to 8. Jackie Woods with a cold-blooded three-pointer.
Big-time three-pointer, and that's what big-time players do. Big three there by Woods. That's 15 points for her on the afternoon, and that three so timely. Huge cushion for St. Mary's, and 8 points in this game is a huge cushion. Rattlers need to maintain it.
Deckers on the left side, guarded by Woods. Etheridge down low, denying post position, and Deckers unable to get the reverse. Pullins wide open under the basket for the easy lay-in, and just like that, St. Mary's with a 10-point lead. Timeout on the floor. A 30-second timeout. St. Mary's seems to be pulling away now, David.
Well, if there was ever a time to open it up, it's this time exactly, and the Rattlers look to be doing just that. Great defense has been the story of the game, has led to great offense, easy offense at that. You see that last play we were seeing here. St. Edwards goes to the left, they go under the basket. Woods gives the baseline to her offensive player. Etheridge is there to offer some help, create a tough shot. It's flipped up, way off the mark. Woods with it, finds Pullins, and here is where he gets sketchy. If we had a replay and a telestrator, it'd be great. I'll describe it to you, Rattler fans. And if you're watching this on YouTube later on, you can rewind it when I finish. Nonetheless, Rattler fans, Woods with it, finds Pullins. Pullins kind of backpedaling, makes the catch, and that's something that Pullins has struggled with throughout this year, and you can see she is getting better at. able to make the tough catch, turn, and able to make the layup. Though it's not contested, still very tough, not easy to do.
And that's the beauty of a player like Morgan Pullins, always improving.
Indeed, and that's the scary part, Brian. Pullins is great already, leading the team in double-doubles, probably leading this league in double-doubles, and she's only getting better.
As Roscoe able to put that one back for St. Edwards. 5:27 remaining. St. Mary's with an 8-point lead. Pullins, great quick first step for the lefty lay-in, and another great feed by Desi Elias.
20 points for Pullins. She has been terrific offensively, and sometimes we get lost with Pullins on both sides of the ball. She's just great, and here's Pullins again on the break.
Pullins got hacked right there by Deckers. Pullins will go to the line for 2 free throws.
Not sure if I saw Deckers trying to give a handshake, or I think she was trying to get.
I think she was
trying to tell Pullins that,
no hard feelings.
Yeah, no harm, just a foul. 10-point lead here for St. Mary's. Pullins at the line. This got very quiet, kind of like a golf game. First free throw off the mark, and
she probably heard you all the way up here.
Yeah, probably. That's why I had to lower my voice.
Both teams now in the 1-and-1. Pullins missed the first of 2, however, because she was in the act of shooting. And she line drives that one in for the Rattlers. 64-53, St. Mary's with the lead. Just under 5 minutes now remaining here in the game. Pick and roll. Lloyd Drake, hard drive to the basket, but rejected by Pullins. And a foul is called on the play. The foul is called on Rosculp, blocking on Pullins right there. And Morgan Pullins, these past several minutes, has seemed to exert her will on this game, making great play after great play on both ends of the ball.
And that's what great players do, Brian. They take over the games, and what a perfect time for the Rattlers to blow this thing open, kind of get a wider lead. And Pullins, great job and great timing by her. Start playing some great basketball here down the stretch. 21 points for her, and she's only looking to add more to that. First free throw, a line drive, as you mentioned the last time. It's good. And the Rattlers now possess the largest lead of the game. The Rattlers can go on and win this one by a huge margin or by double digits. That goes a long way in the conference standings, not only record-wise, but really in the psyche of St. Edwards. Whenever St. Mary's goes back up there, which what I would assume would be in February, it's definitely something St. Edwards is going to remember, that this team is one to be reckoned with.
And that is why St. Mary's is the defending Heartland Conference champions.
Indeed, in men's and women's basketball.
Lloyd Drake unable to hit. Elias got caught reaching in the cookie jar as Rosculp was able to draw the foul, as she'll go to the line to shoot 2. And as you mentioned, victories like this go a long way, but I'm pretty sure St. Mary's in the back of their minds understand that they definitely had to work for this victory, as Rosculp misses the first.
Oh yeah, remember, this game was tied at 50 apiece about 4 minutes ago. St. Mary's on a 16-3 run here to attempt to close this out. You got Elias on the bench, you got Etheridge also on the bench, and the Rattlers here looking to get some win for these players and also try to hold on here. Second free throw is good. And now St. Edwards coming in back with this press. The Rattlers really struggled with it in the first half. St. Edwards went away from it, trying to preserve their players' energy, one would assume, and now they've really got to, Rattlers really have to take care of this ball here late in the game.
And a jump ball is called, and Rattlers get the benefit of the doubt right there, because Bria Bell was so close from getting called for steps.
Indeed. Well, either way, Rattlers would have gotten the benefit. One referee down here had it marked as a foul. The other had it marked as a jump ball. So nonetheless, it will stay with St. Mary's here as we approach 4 minutes in this second half.
The ball swung around to Little John in the corner. Back to Kiowa. Kicks it out to Little John for 3 at the buzzer. No. And St. Edwards reclaims possession. Now they're going to need to start pushing the tempo a bit if they want to cut the margin. Ball's at the top of the key. Roscope swings to Deckers. Back to Roscope. Driving left-handed, and Kiowa just rips it away from her. And now St. Mary's just needs to play the clock.
Indeed. It's a good job there by Kiowa, an experienced player, senior for these Rattlers, able to just bring it back. And it's going to let the clock play out here. And the Rattlers are just trying to get maybe a good shot, and definitely a good shot with the clock low.
Woods draws the foul as the shot clock was winding down, as she'll go to the line to shoot 2. Following this final media timeout, 3:16 left here in the game, 66-54. Stay with us for the conclusion of this game. You're watching Rattler Basketball on the Rattler Network.
Welcome back, Rattler fans. 3:16 remaining in the second half, 66-54. Brian McGluion, David Tovar on here with you. And we remind you, Rattler fans, at the conclusion of this one, about 20 minutes after, we'll have the men's edition of the Battle of the Saints between the Rattlers and the Hilltoppers on Rattler Network. Hilltoppers come in 7-4, 3-0 in conference play. St. Mary's 10-2 and 3-1 in conference play. Should be another good battle between two Heartland Conference heavyweights, as this one seems to be a little bit out of hand, Brian.
Just a tad bit, but you never know. With this Hilltopper team, throughout this entire game, they have prevented St. Mary's from pulling away. This is the largest margin, however, throughout this game, as Jackie Woods steps up to the line to shoot 2. Woods calmly sinks that first free throw in, and that gives her 16 points on the day. Make it 17 now, which is her season average, 4 points per game this year. Ball is passed to the top of the key, swung around. Lloyd Drake, guarded by Littlejohn, swings it over to Deckers. Deckers guarded by Woods, as Wheeler's three-pointer is off the mark. Littlejohn brings it up the court, swings it over to Jackie Woods. Coach Martin's calling the play. Little screen and roll right there. Woods unable to get it. Oh, and now there's a fight for the ball. Bria Bell able to wrestle it out and gets the friendly roll off the front of the rim.
Tough jumper there, as the Rattlers here now just have to hold on and play out the rest of these 2 minutes and change here. What a way to close out the game, Brian. I mean, it's really remarkable to see the Rattlers and the story of this game, Brian. Not only the defense turning into offense and a good defensive output by the Rattlers, but with 8 minutes and change to go, Brian, this game was tied at 50. You look at the score now, and if my math does me right, and I passed my statistics class, so I can do some sort of math. Looks like a 20-4 run for St. Mary's to close out this game. That's remarkable.
And St. Mary's just imposing their will on the defensive end. Their defense has carried them throughout this game, but it was them turning it up just a bit that allowed them to get on this run, and their lead is 15 as Desi Elias checks back in to the game.
Yeah, and St. Mary's, there was a little bit of a span midway through the second half where they just weren't making the right plays offensively, and their turnovers were leading to some good baskets for St. Edwards. And then St. Edwards got hot from three-point land. They hit, I believe, 2 3-pointers in a row. Lloyd Drake hit some big shots, and again, that really brought the deficit all the way to a tie. Not sure if St. Edwards ever led, however. We'll have to go back and look at the play-by-play statistics, but I mean, it's been a tour de force here in the last 7 minutes for St. Mary's.
And for the most part, St. Mary's has been trying to play keep away, if you will, with their lead, just pacing themselves, it seems, at times during the game.
So Desi Elias at the line with a 14-point lead, and in honor of our colleague Joe Rodriguez, who should be on his way back, we'll do his favorite segment, Rattler of the Game.
Well, to me, Rattler of the Game, Morgan Pullins, another fantastic game, was finding cracks in the defense and was finding open lanes to where she could get easy buckets in the paint, and did a fantastic job once again. I'm not sure if she quite got a double-double this game, but her presence on the floor was greatly felt.
Yeah, we'll have to check the rebounds. If you're going to take Pullins, I mean, that would lead me to take Woods, but that's kind of just a Groundhog Day for her. She does this all the time. I'm going to have to actually go with the Rattler bench. Remember, in the first half of this game, the Rattlers were in huge foul trouble. 3 of their bigs got caught with foul trouble. Galindo, Vargas, Littlejohn coming in and really keeping the Rattlers in this as they closed out the first half. Galindo with 4 points and some extended playing time. Vargas, big three-pointer as she checked in. And then she made some really nice passes, really made some nice contributions offensively. And, of course, Littlejohn there right on cue again, coming up with that steal. And she has just been terrific all season long. Really somebody that the Rattlers, especially their bench, really somebody the Rattlers can rely on. Great 6-man to have here for St. Mary's in the Heartland Conference, especially a talented team that was 10-1, and they will be dropping to 10-2 now. And another story, and it was a huge storyline to me coming into this one as Woods heads to the line. Hilltoppers 10-1, 9-0 at home, only 1-1 away. 2 things. 1, they were unexperienced on the road, and 2, how would that affect them? And what we've seen, it really it seemed like it overwhelmed them at the end of this game.
Yes, as you mentioned, playing only 2 road games prior to this game, St. Edwards, I guess the lack of experience on the road may have been the difference maker, as 1 minute remains in this ball game. St. Mary's leading 73-56. As St. Edwards trying to get something going here, as a great move by Riley. St. Edwards still pressing, however, gonna fight till the end in this Battle of the Saints game.
Yeah, but nonetheless, it looks like the Rattlers, and they're gonna take this one, and they have made a statement here. Looking to be a final score that's a win by double digits. It's a huge thing here for St. Mary's. It's a huge occurrence here in the Heartland Conference, especially in the Battle of the Saints. Littlejohn flips one up,
follows through miss.
Oh, playing a game of 21.
And Kiowa able to finish that one off. 14 seconds remain. The Rattlers lead by 17. The ball is brought up by Cadillac.
And they're not going to dribble this out. They're going to try to get one more shot. They're going to dribble it out here. And that should about do it. And the game fittingly ends with a turnover by the Hilltoppers and a steal by the Rattlers. That will do it. From Bill Green Arena, Rattler fans, stay with us. We'll have Coach Martins come up, and we'll do the post-game interview with him. Your Rattlers victorious, 75-58. Stay with us. More upcoming. Rattler Network. Welcome back, Rattler fans. Coach Martin's with me, a little bit out of frame, but your team definitely in frame. Coach, good to join you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
We're going to get to the Chiefs question because the viewers want it. But first off, Rattlers, huge victory here. Tell me, this game was tied at 50 with about 8 minutes left in this game. You guys pull away. I mean, you guys went on my math is terrible, 20-plus run. Explain the resilience of your girls.
You know, we talked about them, you know, about toughness, mental and physical toughness, and you know, we told them, you know, our goal is to get to that 4-minute timeout with the lead. You know, we feel like if we get to the 4-minute timeout lead, it's a W. And you know, with 8 minutes to go, I think it was a close ball game, and I think we were up 4. And I said, hey, look, we have 4 minutes of basketball. Let's make a big push to this 4 minutes. And you know, they did a great job. I tell you what, our defense stepped up. You know, we were playing great defense, and then all of a sudden we went on lockdown mode, and it was great.
Yeah, this is a very good Hilltopper team. They came in 10-1. They leave 10-2. Your girls, however, Mo Pullen's terrific. Jackie Wood's terrific. That's expected. Your bench, however, was huge for you, especially in that first half. Galindo, Littlejohn, and Vargas really helping out with some foul trouble. Explain how great they were.
You know, I talked with them right there at halftime. I mean, those were some huge minutes. You know, I mean, Danielle hitting that 3. You know, Galindo hitting you know, making a putback there, getting some rebounds. You know. Those are huge minutes. You know, people may not notice that, but I mean that was so important to us. And you know, Big O's done that a couple times this year, and she's been great. And Danielle's done that as well. So I mean, it's good to have that type of depth coming off the bench.
And this game was a battle of Heartland Conference heavyweights. You guys were 11-2 coming in. They're 10-1. How big is it going forward, not only in conference play, but for the psyche of this team to get this victory?
Well, you know, we talked about it. You know, in order to you know, to host conference tournament, you got to win the conference championship, and you know, in order for that to happen, you got to take care of business at home. You know, you got to win games at home and try to steal some on the road. And our goal was, you know, to defend the home court today. You know, and we just got to steal some games on the road later on. But you know, step one was taking care of business here at home, and we did that today.
Indeed, well, your girls have been terrific at home, and somebody who was not terrific on the road, your Kansas City Chiefs. Now, assistant AD Brian Martinick, we've already discussed this. I send him my condolences, and so my condolences to you as well. And Jamal Charles, he wanted me on my fantasy league, so hey, I was rooting for the Chiefs until he went down. But what happened?
You know, I mean, I don't know, defense. You know, I mean, I don't know. You know, it definitely frustrating. You know, when we're up 16, 18 points, and all of a sudden the lead slips away. You know, I know how them Chiefs feel. You know, all of a sudden the lead just disappears. I've been there, done that, and unfortunately it didn't happen tonight.
Well, that's the life of a Cowboys fan. So welcome along, brother.
Thank you.
Alrighty, Coach. Thank you so much for joining us. Your Rattlers victorious here in Game 1 of the 2014 edition of the Battle of the Saints. Remember, stay with us. More upcoming, as we'll have the men tip-off in about 22 minutes right here on the Rattler Network.